This is the Athens City Shade Tree Commission meeting for July the 12th, 2018. We have no tree permit issues. However, we've been informed by the Code Office, and this is in your packet of information, that the Steak and Shake restaurant is going to replace the Ponderosa restaurant on East State Street, but the project does not require any action by us according to the Code Director. But I'm going to put this in the minutes of the meeting. There's a plan attached and just the email on the cover. And as he says, it looks
so how does
like
that work?
it's obvious.
Is it like if it's been there before and nothing's being added, that we just leave it alone?
If it's still in compliance with the...
Oh, if it's in compliance.
Yes.
Yeah, it looks like you have sufficient trees
Yes,
there.
for 3,000 square foot.
Site,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. And this site is always a difficult one because it's really a combined site. And whenever a business that's on that site does something, we have to sort of tread carefully around it and then try and figure out the way forward, because
The parking lot.
well, it's part of a large parking lot that belongs to many businesses, and so it's quite difficult.
I can't think of the trees though. Are there trees there?
Well,
There's
on this
there's not
map,
a lot, but this has a bunch of them on
Yeah.
there showing.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Oh.
6, 7, 8 sizable trees there.
yes, yeah.
I'll have to look again.
But there are some. There are not a lot of trees on that site.
Yeah. You're probably going to have to get a magnifying glass out, but there is a plant list
Right.
at the side as well. But I just wanted to bring that forward as a piece of information. As I say, I'll be putting it into the minutes of the meeting. And obviously, if we see issues once the business is there and established, then we'll go back to the Code Director and ask him to help clarify the position. Let me see, what else have we got? I don't have a report from Ron Lucas, and I don't have anything to report on the maintenance of the tree canopy. I do have something under other business, and this comes out of the presentation that we had from the Law Director at our last meeting. And again, if you turn to the packet of information, there is a document in there that's labelled Policy on Meetings and Minutes. And I am putting this out here just as a piece of information for you all to look at, and I'll forward it to the other commissioners who aren't here, so that hopefully at our next meeting we can approve a policy of this nature. The particular, and I'll work with the Law Director to make sure I have the language correct in it as well. But at the moment, there's nothing on paper to say, or in the code to say when we have meetings, and I think it would be useful if I just follow the general guidance that she gave us, that we need to give the city 24 hours notice of our meetings, and then that information will be circulated through the usual channels of the city. It will identify the time, location and agenda of the meeting. One thing that came out of her presentation was that when we've had site meetings in the past, occasionally we've had more than 2 commissioners at a site meeting to just help us understand what's going on at these sites. These constitute a meeting of the commission. Therefore, they must be formally publicised and minuted as any other meeting.
So as long as we notify the proper person
Yes.
24 hours ahead of time.
Yeah. My contact person is Scott Thompson in the city.
So that's all that would be necessary.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
If we're here at a meeting here and we decide to meet somewhere, let's just say for sake of argument, Monday night or Saturday afternoon or something, would that constitute the notification we had to have, or would you have to send an email then?
I would send an email.
Anyway,
I think.
even
Yes.
though okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Now that's going to make it tight if we do move to Thursday, but it's still possible. I mean, certainly if I send it to Scott either straight after the Thursday meeting or first thing Friday morning, that would be 24 hours and a notice of a meeting on a Saturday afternoon, say out at East State Street somewhere,
Right.
or whatever.
Okay.
So I think we would be covered by that. The other issue that came up was, where are the plans that we approve? And we've hit this problem before, and I think she presented us with the simple answer: attach them to the minutes of the meeting. If the plans aren't attached to the minutes of the meeting, they don't exist. And that's the simple way of handling the whole thing. And now we've got electronic plans in process. It's fairly easy to do that. And so once a plan has been approved by us, with whatever notations that have to go with that plan, they'll be part of the minutes of the meeting, and that will be the record. I then send a copy of that to Tanya Baker. She assists the Service Safety Director, and she maintains the minutes. I think she then arranges for them to be uploaded somewhere within the city system.
So the person you mentioned is a clerical support kind of person?
Yes. Yeah.
So would she possibly help us with some of the other things that we might want to do?
She or one of the other people there, yes. Yeah.
You know, that letter that I
Yes. Oh, yeah.
was trying to
Yes.
negotiate about. That's one of the things that was a missing piece, because there was a spot where, I mean, it would necessitate somebody keeping track of when something happened, having some sort of tickler file, and letting us know that it was time for us to check on a completed, someone who was to.
Oh, that sort of thing. Yes, I get you. Yeah. I don't. That's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll have to check
She
with.
takes if we're sending her our minutes.
Yeah. Well, she literally all she does, I think, is she forwards them then on to Scott Thompson or someone in the city, and they then get uploaded to the server that the city has. She doesn't necessarily read them or do anything with them.
But I mean, are they somewhere? I mean, is there somebody that would have access to them that?
They're online.
So we could.
We can go and look at our minutes online.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
That's
that.
what I'm told.
So the plans would be there too?
They should be there too. Yes.
Oh.
Or they will be there too once we start attaching them. Yes.
Well, then all we would need would be somebody to set up some sort of tracking system.
Well, I think the thing we need to decide amongst ourselves is exactly what is the date at which we have to be checking on a particular project, because we often talk about them having to finish the landscape work within 1 year or within two planting seasons, spring and fall, basically 1 year. But that's a little bit of a fluid date, and I think what we may need to do when we're approving plans is to see if we can agree a date with the people proposing it. When will you have this in place?
And that's kind of what the process that I had envisioned, that we would set a completion date.
Yeah.
At the meeting.
Yeah.
And they would know, and
Yes.
we would know,
Yeah.
and then that would be part of the minutes.
Yep.
And whoever if we could have somebody who got our stuff note that and have some sort of way of letting us know when it's a year.
Well, whenever
the
that
year's
date
up,
comes up, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Anyway, if there are other things you think we need to be doing for our policy on meeting and minutes, then let me know. And as I say, my plan is to have this approved at our next meeting. I've got one announcement that Anne Bonner asked me to mention, and that is the Tree Care Conference is September the 20th.
And that's here in Athens.
And that's here in Athens, yes. That's the Southeast Ohio Tree Care Conference. So she's asking people to register for that with her at the ODNR office. And she also goes on to say that there'll be a tree survival school. I'm not sure what that involves.
Me either. It sounded really interesting.
on Saturday, October the 20th, at Baker Waterfront Park in Belpre Township, Washington County. And that's the only information I've got about it. So you'll have to ask. I'm not sure whether that's us surviving the trees or us helping the trees survive. Is there any other business? Then we've just got the minutes of the last meeting, and as I noted when I sent them last night, attached to the minutes is the presentation that Lisa Eliasson gave us, the law director gave us at our last meeting, along with a copy of an email I sent to Ron Lucas about the swimming pool trees and my concern that the Tree Commission is not being consulted as often as we think we should be being consulted. Are there any questions about the minutes?
I propose that we accept the minutes as presented.
Thank you, John.
I second it.
Thank you, Emily. Any further discussion on the minutes of the last meeting?
Now, another thing about the question from, or the Steak and Shake thing,
Mm-hmm.
when he's referring to Title 41,
Yep.
is that?
That's the process that any development of a certain character and size has to go through. And normally, if they go through that process, they have to we have to be presented with the plans.
Oh, I see. So the Title 37, the
Yeah.
thing that we do,
Yeah.
is part of 41?
Yes.
I see.
Yeah.
I'd never heard the
Yeah.
term for the description of the whole thing, I guess.
Yeah. Title 41 lays out the planning process in terms of the schedule.
I realized we were
And
part of
works.
a bigger picture, but I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
the name of it.
Any further discussion on the minutes? If not, are there any objections to approving the minutes? Hearing none, we have minutes of our last meeting. If there is no other business, then I think we should adjourn. Our next meeting will be, at the moment, August the 8th at 4 p.m. But we may cancel that meeting if there's very little to discuss. With that, we're adjourned. Thank you.